I'll tell you something, though. It's fair to lock them up. You should lock them up. Lock up the Bidens. Lock up Hillary. Lock them up.
Remember this, because Republican voters are running a similar play.
A lot of Republicans say that Democrats should tone down the rhetoric. Do you think they have a responsibility to tone down the rhetoric?
The Democrats, yeah, definitely.
You think it's more of a problem with the Democrats than the Republicans as far as like violent rhetoric, violent images, things like that?
Well, they're definitely calling him Hitler, and what do you think about Hitler? Right? I mean, so they just.
I noticed that there's this Trump here with a Tommy gun.
They proclaim less violence, yet display images such as these. Well done to the good liars out in Long Island, New York.
I'm allowed to criticize Taylor Swift, and I don't give a who gets upset. This is disgusting. If she wants to vote Harris Walz, she can do it all she wants. But to say the reason she's doing it is because of Tim Walz's stance on LGBTQ, F you, Taylor Swift. And F all of the people who want to see these children have body parts chopped off and watch them sterilized under the age of consent, and then will ride off to their multi-gazillion-dollar mansions, never to think of them again. Emily, this is unbelievable. The left is losing its mind. She signed it Taylor Swift, childless cat lady.
They lost their mind on Taylor Swift, which led to this.
Everybody's entitled to a trial.
So why aren't you yelling that? Three-quarters of Congress should have the right to a trial.
I said hang all the traitors. And then you asked me about Congress. And I said, yeah, I think three-quarters of Congress are traitors.
So if you follow that logic, you're saying hang the traitors, three-quarters of them are traitors.
Stay in court and let's see where it goes. I got plenty of rope.
Do you hate Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I do.
MAGA despising her at every turn because they are told to do so.
It talked about Trump's physical strength and stamina are extraordinary. That was just one line. Here's another one. If elected, Mr. Trump, I can state unequivocally, will be the healthiest individual ever elected to the presidency.
And he told us in no uncertain terms, and this is the quote, Aaron, he being Trump, he dictated that whole letter.
Remember this farce of a story when Donald Trump's personal physician allegedly wrote this letter? Trump is not a fit man, okay? He is, objectively speaking, an obese man who struggles with not just his movements, but also his words. He is 78 years old. He struggles walking. He is the furthest thing from being fit.
A lot of interesting stuff at a Trump rally, a lot of normal stuff. Like here's Donald Trump looking jacked with a crown made of bullets. So, very normal stuff here.
Yet this is how his loyalists depict him. Go figure.
And that's why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off, and I feel better now thinking about that.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Also keep this in mind from Charlie Kirk of Turning Point USA, a man who tweeted out he was supplying buses for the January 6th insurrectionists.
I'm with Kamala. Just kidding. I'm not an effing idiot.
Okay. All right.
PG.
Right. And so I noticed you're keeping it PG. You don't want to put a certain word out there. Is that right?
I just want to keep it PG for the kids.
Okay. So you're just worried about what the kids might hear?
Yes, absolutely.
But just to be clear, you are wearing this shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Got to spread the word. She's a total idiot, and I'm not one.
But do you think kids might see the word, even if you're not saying it? That they might see the word.
I had bought ordered a sticker that I could put over it. Hasn't come in yet.
Well, but you're gonna keep wearing the shirt?
Yeah, I'm actually looking to buy a button that I can put right over it.
Here's one.
No, come on, that's the same thing.
Oh, it's the same thing, right? You're right. Exactly. It's almost more offensive.
Yeah, it actually is.
DEI, I didn't earn it. Here's one, I guess. I don't know.
Because not only are Republicans continually latching onto it, they're making stickers to associate with Kamala Harris.
My name is Melva Gwynn, and I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. And I'm so upset about the fact that, whatever we're doing here, we have got so much trash that it supposedly representing us in Washington, and as this lady said, they should be responsible, Sherrod Brown and the rest of them, Nancy Pelosi and all of them, that when these things are happening and they come out and try and justify it and sit around and make up words like we're racist or whatever stupid things they come up with in order to deflect their behavior on us, that we should be able to go after them. They're supposed to represent us.
Hang on a second. Are you a committeeman? Okay, you're going to see this guy right here. Seriously, if you want to take it back, we're a volunteer organization that Chris is leading. It's going to do the wall and other things to get this movement going. But at the end of the day, it's citizen involvement. It's citizen involvement and volunteering and helping us. But the one thing you can do is what the gentleman just said. Just be a precinct man. If you be a precinct man, you start to take over the Republican Party. You take over the Republican Party, then you've got guys like Tancredo and Kobach that you can support, and we can start to win again.
Well, I would just like to say...
you can take the trash out.
Oh, Lord. I would just like to
I tell you what, we need one more question. Can you hand the mic to the woman in back
I
here?
just want to say this.
Yes, ma'am.
Never in my life did I think I would like to see a dictator. But if there's going to be one, I want it to be Trump.
A frightening piece of video, but to this day, it jives with MAGA's perceived reality.
You hear a lot of Democrats saying that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. Do you think that is bad rhetoric?
A threat, it could be construed as that, yeah. I think they have to be careful with threat to democracy, yeah.
And just a hypothetical, if Kamala Harris loses the election and then she claims that she won the election, she's the sitting vice president, and she refused to certify the election results during the joint session of Congress, would that be a threat to democracy?
Yes.
Yeah. So in 2020, Donald Trump tried to get Mike Pence to do that exact same thing.
He was wrong.
So that is a threat to democracy?
He was wrong on that, yeah.
So you believe Donald Trump was a threat to democracy?
Was a threat. I think he had a couple of bad days there. Yeah, I don't agree with what he did on those days on January 6th. Although he did say, I don't think he's responsible, though, for all of those marches. He did say, which the New York Times, CNN always leaves out, but march peacefully. Yeah. You always forget that.
But just to clarify here, you're saying that Donald Trump was a threat to democracy in his actions after the 2020 election. So is it not just stating a fact when Democrats say that he's a threat to democracy?
Well, they say he's a threat to democracy now. Like, you tell me what is he going to do that's a threat to democracy? Is he going to lock up everybody in jail? Is he going to put all the Democrats in jail?
Well,
what is the actual threat that they talk about?
What he did on January 6th and what he pressured his vice president to do on January 6th, which you said was
4 years ago.
But does that not show that he has the temperament to not care about the Constitution?
At that point, yeah, he was. He had a tough bad day. I go along with that.
And that's not a deal breaker to you, a Republican refusing to certify the results of election?
It's not a deal breaker, no.
But it should be, of course. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.